Hey everybody, and welcome to the Unreal Engine Twitch live stream. We are back this Thursday with Alexander Pascal and Ray Davis.
Yep.
We've got Jesse Rapsack from the Studio Wildcard team over there on the very edge of the couch.
He's right
Might be able
here.
to see him. Boop. Yeah, he's actually sitting next to Ray. I want them to high five, but it's not really possible.
We can bro fist. You want bro
You
fist?
can do it. I think you can do it. You can bro
Wait,
fist it.
this way?
Other way. Bam, there we go.
All right, that works.
Coordination,
Great.
coordination, very nice.
All right, so we're really excited to talk to everybody about mod support in Unreal Engine. Just and actually everything mods, really, right? You know, ARK has shipped the tools built on the UE editor now, and so people can get started pretty much.
Yeah,
a few days
absolutely.
ago and now. And
In
Ray
fact,
and I
I got started this morning.
yeah.
Yeah, go download it right
It's-
now.
It's pretty great, and there's like a little, kind of creation tool that you can use inside there that's specific to ARK, and I don't know, all kinds of things we're going to get into today.
Well, and
so-
then, yeah, you guys just released 185 today, right? So now we can
Yeah.
do all kinds of blueprint mods, and
Yep.
it's good shit.
Big update.
Yeah, that's a big one. It actually just came out while Jesse and I were getting ready for this
It's
earlier
always the
today.
best time to release
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it was
right
like
after you tested everything else.
I think that I'm seeing fatal errors. Are those bad? Like, oh no, don't worry,
That wasn't
we're
there
good.
earlier. That's
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah, I promise it works. This never happens. Anyway, so there's
No, that dude just stole my idea. Dinos with jetpacks. Damn it.
Oh, that's Geodev.
that's
Of course
Geodev,
he did.
yeah.
He knows you want jetpacks. He's
You
calling
gotta
you
move
out.
fast, right?
I
If you got
know.
an idea for a mod, it's probably happening.
You gotta move fast. I know 185's been out for like a whole hour. What have you been doing?
Meetings,
Oh,
damn it.
okay. It's fine. All right. So no marketplace blog today, but we do have an update from John Jones. I'm hoping to have him call in the future just to kind of give a quick, hey, here's what we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Just dial in the same
You
way
know,
we got
John's,
Jesse.
John's a pretty good guy.
Yeah,
We'll
we can
probably
talk,
put John like
yeah.
on one of these TVs, and so he's just kind of like. 'cause
Shelly,
he's-
can we actually have him float across the screen as he talks?
Can you like? Great. All right, you heard it first. Get a
Can we
get
get
a sine wave.
pictures
and-
of the UFC fighter John Jones also?
Yeah, we
Everywhere that comes on.
Yes, that would be
Anyways,
the best. All
John
right.
Jones Marketplace, yes.
Anyway, let's move. So there's a lobby chat, blueprint system, sci-fi interiors, Quest Music Volume 1, fight music, military pistol mocap. Wow, mocap pistols.
Yeah.
Did they put the balls on the pistol and shape, or is it really
Probably,
for like
probably,
pistol
yeah.
use on the? All right.
Bolt action,
Colorama, street props pack.
Yep.
I should learn how to talk.
Street
Distance
hydrant
measuring
crap.
tool. It's a tape measure.
Uh-huh.
Not a prop, but it's probably actually a tool. Anyway, Archviz Polish Pack 1 by Warren Marshall. It's kind of awesome. And then Design Connected Seats Volume 3.
Awesome.
Yep, continuing the ArcViz thing.
Yeah,
That's
no, we've
cool.
got a full set of like
Yeah.
high fidelity photoreal assets there now, right? That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
and so I believe we're going to see quite a bit more in the future too. So
Yeah, no, it's great. I actually have a chance of making beautiful things with no artistic talent whatsoever.
yeah, so basically I can make the rough geometry parts, and
Yes.
then I just put like the stone material on it. So as long as that's valuable, we're
No,
good.
it's even better, right? You buy these assets, you drag and drop them into your level. We've got awesome GI now. Light mass makes it all pretty.
Yeah, everything is looking.
Or your mod.
Yeah, or your mod,
Oh,
as
yeah.
Jesse
that's true.
strokes his
Sure.
beard. Yeah.
Your ArcViz with dinosaurs mod.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically, the T-Rex is going to have a hard time flipping the light switch
Although-
when he comes in.
No, I think about that
But-
would be fantastic, right? You're in the island jungle, and all of a sudden you walk into an interior, and it's like a modern French apartment.
Yeah.
That would be pretty
Little
awesome.
Dodo
yeah.
Butler. Oh,
Little
Yeah.
Truman Show.
Dodo
on
Butler.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, the
Fun.
cool thing about that too is, y'all have seen the community spotlight a number of different ArchViz projects that are being created. People are just doing some fantastic work with it, and so we want to be able to provide more, I guess resources for them to go make incredible things. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, one more thing before we hop over to the monitors. We have a 4.8.2 coming out soon to handle a bunch of new bug fixes and a few other tiny little improvements. So it's been kind of a back and forth on when it's actually going to go. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next week. We're not really entirely sure at this point, but keep an eye out for that. And you'll probably see it happen before the next Twitch live stream. So just wanted to call it out. All right, if we could hop over to the monitors, Shirley.
What are we going to check out now?
Hand me that mouse.
Yeah, you take
All
it.
right,
It's
so
all yours.
over the last few weeks, we've been actually keep that little guy. Over the last few weeks, we have been kind of trickling out different E3 interviews that we've done. I know I showed you guys the one where I interviewed a toy poodle and a zombie, and some other people. I talked about Proto Man and a guy's Michael J. Fox Back to the Future shoes. It was pretty good, really valuable. There's also a lot of other great dev interviews. Jesse was on that one as well. So. But there's a bunch more coming in. You've got a Berserker's one, King's Quest, Hellblade, Kairo's Tale, and more on their way. So if you head over to our YouTube.com/Unreal Engine. You'll see an E3 2015 playlist. It's got all these videos. It's going to be uploaded, or more of it will be uploaded over the next few days to the next week. Subscribe if you haven't, and you'll get all these just kind of tossed your way immediately. So definitely check it out.
Cool.
And a couple more things to call out. I know we had them on the stream last week, Into the Stars. They were talking about their July 9th early access. Well, guess what? Dun, dun, dun. It's out. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you want to do like Alexander and fly your entire colony of human beings into the sun, this is now your opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Be the captain I've always wanted to be.
Yes.
I will not fly on the ship Alexander. Yeah.
And just a quick reminder on this: it's these guys are small team, 0 programmers.
This
on
is all
team.
blueprints, right?
Yeah, there's
all blueprints.
the tiniest bit of code they had to add in there just for one thing, but I mean they don't even they have a programmer, so they did it. The coding they did was without a programmer.
Awesome.
It's fantastic. I love that we're able to see teams of 4 put this together in just a year. So if you like FTL, if you like Oregon Trail, and you want to see, and you like space, and you like dying,
graphics
you like
and
dying a lot. Yes.
Dying is fun style games.
This is definitely a game you should consider picking up. And on the early access train as well, we've got Berserkers. If you came to PAX last year, this was on the floor there, up to 4-player, just kind of craziness.
Super fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful game. Hyper comedic. I mean, look at this guy here. He's just.
Yeah, if you like stylized games and drinking and Vikings, this is awesome.
It's pretty much what you want. Is there anything else other than dinosaurs?
What?
Like drinking Vikings and
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean,
those are the cool things in this world.
we get a
Yeah.
mod.
Okay.
This into.
yeah,
ARK.
yeah, totally.
Okay.
We still got to make that work. Anyway, it's now in early access as well, and I am working to get these guys to come and chat with you all as well too. Vince Fennell. We actually have an interview with him on that E3 video that we had there. Super great team, super talented, super fun game. So definitely check that out. And then
Is it game jam time?
it is. So last week we kicked off or I guess 2 weeks ago we kicked off the game jam, Earth Shattering Kaboom, and quite a few of the participants picked up on the fact that it was Marvin Martian from Looney Tunes. That was where we got the actual. There's supposed to be a Earth-shattering kaboom,
You were actually really
the
good
whole
at
thing.
that.
I've been working on it for
good to know,
many years. Anyway, so thanks Alexander for helping us come up with that theme. We got 36 submissions this time, which is really great. You can only get 35 pulled down because one of them was just like download still coming. I would call you out, Cody, but I don't want to mention your name on the stream. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Cody's great. He's actually won in the past, so I was really excited to get to play this game, but it just didn't really happen. So let's take a look at the video real quick, and then we'll hop into the winners. June. There's lots of tower defense and missile command type games. People picked up on space. Space was definitely a
Well,
thing
if you're
that
going to
World
blow up
did
the
this.
Earth, then space is a good place to start, right?
Yeah.
Missiles played very heavily into a lot of these, actually, I noticed, too.
Oh, yes. And asteroids.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Does this destroy the Earth from the inside?
It's very atmospheric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was funny because, a lot of when we were first thinking about this, like kind of bringing up the theme, it was, roll ball and try not to fall. I love it
Sorry,
when
wait,
people.
no. What is this game about?
I love it when people name their game specifically what you're supposed to do, like cut the rope. My friend Kyle made a game called "You Have to Win the Game." That's just what it's called, and then "Super Win the Game" was the follow-up.
No, really, win this time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, this is great
This is
right
so
here.
difficult.
Dr. Ray Gun
so
blows up
difficult.
Ski Sinister playing. Missile command. Da, da, da. Really cool. Hit pause. Thanks, buddy. And then Star Fox, of course. This is,
It's
I mean,
Earth-Shatterers.
this, yeah. It's
Not
Earth
Star Fox.
Shatters, but no, this, I
Star
mean, when I
Fox.
played this, I was like, oh my gosh, somebody knows.
I love the guy made out of explosions. Thank you.
Another Star Fox type thing. What's the guy's name at the end?
Andros.
Yeah, Andros.
Yeah.
Man, amazing. Following the game where a whole room explodes. So there's that. Interstellar Billiards by Impromptu Games.
I wonder how many people had to pick up like the atmospheres back off the marketplace. Like, let's do this.
JV the Wonder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone who is very active on the forums, on the webs, game jams. Kaboom Island, where basically a bunch of meteors are coming specifically for your island.
The button So mysterious.
Yes. Watch
Do you
it.
actually get to touch the button?
You do, and then
okay.
like some really bizarre psychological things start happening.
Okay.
No painter current frame. Form user CD right here.
What is going on? That's crazy.
Nice. This was a lot
Pale
of fun.
Growl Dot,
Oh.
who this is Zenome, and he named that specifically because he knows I suck at saying anything in
Pronouncing
French.
Yeah,
yes.
you're gonna pronounce it Pale Growl Dot.
I am sure that he did that. All right, planetary destruction.
This one was a lot of fun, but it made me kind of motion sick.
It needs
just
to be in
flying
VR.
around.
And this one was great. This one came in a little bit late, right after the deadline. But I was like, wow, it's just like some of the colors. It's just basically flying through and blowing up the Earth. Shattered Words, which is like a text adventure. It's just kind of awesome, right? Like,
Little Zork throwback, yeah.
yeah.
And this is definitely the Marvin the Martian. That's like the whole scene
Yes.
recreated.
Gotta put it in there, crank it down. Some twin stick shooters. We had a couple of those in here too. Lots of tower defense, you know. There can be only one. The sinister Earth destroys the rest of the planets. Because it's like,
Earth,
no,
you're
what's
such a
wrong with you?
bastard. Yeah.
Trek by Infrared 2. This is Cell Plays. She is actively streaming on the web. And then Unsteroid. It's like,
Geometry Wars. Wow.
yeah, inspired by the Geometry Wars, the template. And Gabrielle, this is Enderal, another Game Jam frequenter. Kaboom Ha, where you're this really bizarre, strange creature that explodes itself onto platforms.
Oh yeah, this was great. I love the art style of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some of these have some really great art styles
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Cell shading pack by Sticky. Nuke Wars is like Dr. Mario.
Oh, awesome.
But way more difficult.
I think this was the only real multiplayer one that was really cool.
And then of type Shadow Tincula, where you're blowing up the Earth. Dun dun dun. Hey, guess what? UE's free. Look at that.
Did you know?
It's still free?
What is it?
Yeah, yeah, you set it free.
Yeah, I guess we did.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So that was cool. So
yeah,
who are our winners?
let's hop into
stuff.
yeah. Let's hop into the 3 top for this
well,
month.
I saw the title of one that said there can only be one.
Yeah. So, but that's not true.
That's not
because
true.
There can only be one is the first of our winners today. So let me go ahead and drop that down, and we'll kind of crank through it. Alex, can you give me the keyboard?
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. So this is Displaced Media, really active on Twitter, talking about building their
Like
game
that. It's a
jam
good
game.
intro screen.
It looks really good too. Like
Look
it's
at
like
that,
wow.
like the atmosphere hit, like the light hitting the atmosphere.
Yeah, and another thing. So keep in mind, these are built like in a little over 3 days, right? A lot of teams just coming in and just diving down, grouping together on the forums, grouping together on Skype. There's a bunch of different places to find people. If you're interested in doing a game jam, there's just so much fun. I have still not had time to sit down and actually build one. Ray, you and I should do one weekend and see how
Yes.
terrible we actually compare to these people. But anyway, let's
I
go
vote
ahead.
last place.
Yes.
No,
yes.
come on now. Oh yeah, you'd probably be the one that would be making those final calls
Yeah,
anyway.
who
so.
else is going
All
to
right.
vote if both
so
of you are out?
basically,
I'll vote
I'm
for myself. It's fine.
I'm in the solar system here, and I have my hit list over there on the side.
What, dude? Already?
Well, I get hit by an asteroid. So
oh my God.
you want me to hit? Shelly missed me die, so I can. Yeah, let me try again. All right. So what I like about this is like the actual atmosphere feels really good, and like my Earth actually lights really well, and Neptune, you are gone.
Oh, so you got a little Marble Madness with like the spin of the Earth and everything?
Yeah, but you can't see the trajectory, and they're all on curves.
Yeah, since you can't see the floor, it's really kind of.
See, and I just missed Saturn because I didn't even know it was there. Jupiter.
Come on, you can do this.
There's a lot of.
I will
cutting
not.
it
I will
close.
not hit my.
Jupiter
my
is
Anus.
giant.
Wait,
How can you
I
not
will
hit
not hit
Jupiter?
Uranus, Shelly. That's even worse, I think. All right. Let's roll back this way. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Saturn! Come on, come on, come on, come on! No.
Oh.
See, they do this. Like they flank you.
Yeah, the planets are
Oh,
out to get you.
yeah.
But what I really do love about
Aren't they just
Displaced
on their
Media.
orbits?
What's that?
I think they're just on their orbits. I bet if you stand still, they just
They
collide
they
into
do,
you.
but like I don't know. I can't tell. See, here comes Saturn. Am I on its orbit? I don't think so. Am I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
close.
yeah, if you just kind of knock
Go to
yourself
the
off
side.
yourself into
Come
it.
on.
Oh,
See,
How-
it turned on me again.
Did it?
But what I do.
Oh, if you stopped moving, you would have won
All right,
already.
I'm
okay?
just gonna sit here and see if I can do something meaningful. But no, what I do like about Displaced Media on this one specifically is look at the very bottom of that list.
Mhm.
Represent.
Yeah, no,
Pluto.
it is the 9th planetoid.
Boom! Gotcha,
it
Saturn.
is a planet.
You just thought you were awesome with your rings of.
All right, can
amazing-
you
Oh,
go? Can you go into the sun?
You can, Alexander. Do you want to do the
Oh,
honors?
sure, sure.
Yeah,
the
I'm
honors,
great.
actually really professional at flying into
It's
the
just
sun.
it's just WAS control.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't pronounce
Hey.
it wads. WAS.
WASD,
hit
WASD.
the R to
Oh, R
R
to
start again.
start, I
Yep.
see.
All right. So to continue on from last week, if he can make it to the sun without dying, there's an asteroid.
Oh, dude, come on,
What's
sun.
the name where the sun is?
Yeah, right there.
There you go.
Straight
It's
in.
not as straight.
Straight into the
That's
sun.
Mercury.
Please.
You can take that out.
I can take that out.
Oh my God.
You said I could take it out.
No, the asteroid behind you hit you.
Oh.
You can't even die right.
You had one goal. Get into the sun.
All right, you can do it this time.
Okay,
You got it
okay.
this time, and then we'll move on to the next one.
Oh my
Mars, you
God.
got
Come
Mars.
on. Come on. You can do it.
All right.
No. It's because you said it. You said something,
All
and
right.
now I
All
can't.
right.
All right,
You-
so
you
that's
try.
good.
All
Anyway,
right. So let's look at the next game.
yeah, let's hop on. So
We
great
have-
job.
we
There
have
can be
clearly-
only one, even though there's more than one of these winners here. Second one we got up here is
There can be at least two.
this is the one that I'm
How
gonna
do you
have.
pronounce it?
I'm gonna have Ray pronounce this one.
I'm not French. You do it.
Pale Grau Dot,
Yes.
which is probably the
Isn't
pale.
this the pale blue earth? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pale
So
blue dot. Yeah.
this
Okay.
is one that's like resource collection and tower defense, but it's just 1-to-1. What I liked about it is there's quite a bit of just interactivity on its own. Like it's like a living world, right? So I can send a little drone out here to collect things, and I can go build stuff.
Oh, awesome.
And it actually feels really good. Like all these transitions, shield 1. All right, mad shield
This
2.
is a really cool concept. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go shield 3. Oh, insufficient. Hopefully he comes back with more silicates. Boom, shield 3. Oh,
I
did I
think
lose
you
it?
bought you bought Shield B twice.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna put fast cannon up here. Oh,
You
I need more resources.
silicates.
Yeah. Go mine some more
Go
stuff,
mine
dude.
silicates.
Metals,
silicates. Go get them.
Go little earth dude.
Where's my little thing? Where's my little friend?
I think he got blown up by the dude that's kicking
No,
your butt.
no way did he. Did he
Oh,
die?
there he is.
No. Okay, great. He was just delivering.
Maybe that was too far. Go for the silicates.
Working on it. Bring him in.
All right.
More
Build
silicates.
stuff.
All right, so I'm gonna build more stuff. These fast cannons are awesome. So I'm just gonna roll all these up front. I got plenty now. Yeah, we're about to destroy this guy. I need to put another shield up though. Oh, look at all the silicates I'm getting now, man. Like I am just in good shape. Yeah, this feels really good. Like I've got that just a little bit of the panic. Like oh gosh, I need to get over, and I can't see what's going on over here.
Oh, hurry!
so
Get another shield.
You
Yeah,
bought
shield.
B again.
Asteroid depleted.
Okay, there you go.
All right,
I
great.
think you
So
got
I'm
this.
just gonna hang back for a little bit and rain hell on this dude.
This is awesome.
Ow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty nice once you get it going real good.
Yeah, so Zenom was working on another game jam game. I forget the name of it. It was the very first one we did, and he continued moving on with it.
Yeah.
I hope he does something with this too. Like I would love to.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the best kind of game jams, right? Where
You actually get a
it's
cool
the spark of something
yeah.
that could be your full game. Yeah.
This could easily like build in lots of levels, more weapons, more shields.
Yeah.
See this guy over here? He doesn't have shields. He doesn't have guns. I'm just wrecking his day.
Yeah, I feel like the AI kind of just said,
This is where you lean back
Well,
and just sip your tea.
Victorious.
Victorious.
Right. Awesome.
Play again. I don't know. I'm gonna end on a high note there. So congratulations. And the team there was there is no team. So hooray.
It made itself.
Yeah, the team. Well, if you
Just
consider,
manifest,
yeah,
yeah.
Zenom, he's made stuff himself, and he is kind of,
Unreal is Skynet.
yeah, kinda. He's a great dude. We've had him here on the stream on site before. Really,
Cool.
really awesome guy. And then another team that's won in the past a number of times, but we just couldn't get away from it.
Sometimes they're just too good.
WMD is the name of the executable.
Say the
but-
full name though.
But I will say the full name of dun 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 Dr. Ray Gunblowupski's sinister plan to destroy the Earth by That's No Space Station, That's a Moon. So this is Aaron and Nikki Leeton.
plenty of creativity.
Dwinky Pingy.
Even the acronym for that is really
Right.
long.
So yeah, this is like another game you mentioned earlier, which was
Pipe Dream.
Pipe Dream.
Pipe
Yep.
Dream, yeah.
So you can go to Evil Academy, learn how to play.
Wait,
but-
no, dude, it says just click to destroy the Earth.
Okay,
That's-
great. So we'll
okay.
start
You
there. But you have to
want-
do a lot more than that. So
Yeah.
here's my laser beam.
I think
Right.
the plot is that your make it do stuff chip stops working, which is what this is.
Okay, got it. So I've got to use these little like pieces like Tetris that tells me what's next, and then I got to make decisions. Okay, so there's 2x. I'm gonna go up. No, wait. I'm gonna go down and over, and then continue. Oh no. So we can come down again. Oh, that's gonna do something bad.
Oh.
But see, this is like when you get a whole bunch of like the little squigglies in Tetris, and you have to just waste them places.
Mhm.
Or maybe I'm just really bad at this game specifically.
That is a possibility.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just bad at all games, right?
Have you ever actually beat a game?
I think you just dead. I think you just put yourself into a dead end.
No, I can get around.
No, he
Oh.
needs
Oh,
the
okay.
left
No,
hook.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, but they don't give them to you.
Well, plan ahead, dude.
I can.
Don't ruin it. That's your hookup.
Ah, yeah. Okay, good call.
Oh, you totally ruined
Yeah,
it.
you
Though.
did.
You should have
What
put it down a
am I
notch.
doing?
What
I
are
didn't
you
ruin-
doing?
You're ruining it.
Oh my God! Game
Oh.
over. You failed.
Oh.
The Earth, it just.
Okay, that was
very
really well done.
dodgy.
Really well done. Okay.
Ira Tech, another game jam regular. It's like, oh my God, Chance, you're worse than Aller was.
Oh my goodness.
By the way, yeah, if you didn't know, Michael Aller streams all these games too, so you can go and watch his
Yep.
/awesome Aller on Twitch and catch up to him spending 6 hours working through all of the games. It's
It's
always
getting harder and harder, I bet, with so many awesome submissions.
well.
right?
See, the thing, yeah, they keep growing, and it's like, okay, the video keeps getting longer and longer, right?
Yeah.
But we had so many that were tower defense and like nearly impossible tower defense games. So it's like, I want to beat it, so I sit through and play 5 or 6 times
super
to just
stubborn, yeah,
see
yeah.
what the end is. And it's like some of these I just never even got through. I have not destroyed that planet one time. So it's
Really?
quick-
You have not
played
won
that
yet?
one like 5 times too.
Yep.
I'm just
Yeah.
not fast enough
Oh
either.
man.
Yep.
All right,
Just
I'm
can't
gonna
do
go
it.
play it later and
Well, I'm going
show you guys
to
up.
eject there.
I bet you
so-
Jesse could beat it.
Jesse could probably do pretty
Maybe.
good. Yeah, he looks like a
I'm
pretty
known
good.
for being awesome at games.
Yeah, I feel like he's the real deal.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have a ARK. We'll have an ARK mod off, and we'll see what happens. No, so for the game jams again, just a reminder: all the winners will be receiving an epic swag pack with an NVIDIA Shield and a bunch of other stuff that's coming their way. Specialized T-shirts, but I need your information. So I'll be reaching out to you within the next week or so to get all that, just shipping info, shirt size, things like that, so we can send things to print and send things to your location. There are still a number of people I'm still waiting on from previous months, so if you have not received your swag, please reach out to me. Alexandra and I have been kind of proactively following back up with people because we're still backlogged on a few of them. But yeah, we want to go ahead and catch up and get all that out to you. Anyway, again, congratulations to everybody that played. We're probably going to announce the next one pretty soon. We want to move back to earlier in the month, so when it comes to December, we're not doing the actual awards on Christmas Day, right?
Good morning, Christmas.
Yeah, this one was a little bit later than last time because of E3 specifically. But we want to have it earlier in the month, and the cadence should be second Thursday of each month. We kick it off, so that'll allow some people around here to play if they want to, and give you guys a little bit of a rhythm and expectations moving forward. So there's been some questions about that. When do we actually do them? The announce usually goes up within a week before the actual game jam goes live. Going forward, I'm going to start announcing the day that we actually do the judging, so you know what you have plenty of time to prepare for the next one and see what you can start thinking of ideas or poking around with things. One more thing about the jams, and I can't remember what it is.
We will figure it out
Yeah,
later.
all right, I'll figure it out later. So let's hop over to mods and ARK. Jesse, how's it going?
Great.
How was my interview with you at E3? My really quick shove a mic in your face and you and I yell at each other in a very loud, crowded Xbox booth.
I think that was fantastic. That was probably after I lost my voice.
Me too. That's why we were yelling. We had to get it out. That's awesome.
Good times.
So so early access is about a month behind us now. It seems to be going pretty awesome for y'all. I've seen a lot of pickup, a lot of people talking about the game, a lot of people streaming the game, a lot of people just making YouTube videos of the game. It just seems to be just about everywhere I'm going. So yeah, how's it been?
It's been awesome. I mean, especially just talking to all those people you mentioned. I mean, YouTubers and streamers and people who are just kind of hanging out in the game for hundreds of hours doing crazy stuff. It's been really mind-blowing, and to hear people say things like this is Legos for adults, or hey, this feels like Minecraft is man, it's only going to get more like that with the mod stuff, and already launching the mod tools. So many have come online just in the past couple days. It's just mind-blowing to us, and it really motivates us to just keep doing even more with it, because the harder we push at it, the more the community is going to get involved and bring in stuff maybe from Unreal Marketplace and other talented Unreal developers that are maybe making a game, might want to take a try at making an ARK mod, because there's so much kind of already implemented as an open world sandbox multiplayer game. And we're just really looking forward to all the stuff that we're going to start seeing, I think, over the next few weeks, now that we've got our really big update in today, which really lets you override everything in the game to almost any extent, so.
Yeah, it's one thing we've seen, with a lot of this launch, we've got new mod forum section up there with ARK specifically, where you guys are in there, you know, spending time helping people out, pointing them in the right direction. I'm already seeing Unreal Engine developers, you know, kind of come over there and say like, this is the ARK mod I'm going to make. You know, people that we had on Community Spotlight that are artists or whatever, that they see this toolkit as a new way to express their creativity.
Well, yeah, it was always even just a nice palette cleanser, you know, when you're making your own game, but it's like, you know what, let me take a few days, just go do something
Tinker.
Yeah, go tinker, and you never know what happens too. Like, I mean, we were talking when this whole mod thing came up, is like, so many people at Epic, including myself and Chance, like basically got started in the industry by doing mods, right? Yep. So it's a great way to get in there, and it's so many people are like, when they're coming in to, you know, actually try to get a professional job or whatever, or looking for advice, it's like there's nothing better than like making something real that people actually play and enjoy, right?
Yeah.
And especially like with ARK, you got so many people playing it anyways. It's just like a built-in audience, which is huge, right? Just make something interesting, and hopefully people pick up. And
it's really funny. We had the you know, the Torn Banner guys. We had Steve over here from Torn Banner, and it was like,
I mean, Chivalry was
Chivalry was originally a mod, and it turned into something, you know, way bigger than that too. And now those guys are just killing it. So
well,
so you never know when something's going to pop up.
Yeah, one other thing, just to build on what you were saying, Ray, it's really interesting in the game too. We see a lot of people doing posts like, "Hey, I've never modded before, but this is my first mod. I really want to try to do X, Y, or Z." And I feel like there's kind of this ramp up because the game's kind of sandboxy. So people do crazy stuff in the game, even like build huge coliseums and role play to make people fight each other to the death. So they're sort of modding the gameplay anyway by playing in their own kind of role-playing servers. And then it's like, well, hey, this is Unreal Engine. You know, maybe I can make some actual rules around this type of thing we're doing in the game, and make more of a official game mode, or bring in some of our own assets and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a ramp up from player to modder, even within the game itself.
Well, and you mentioned that, like, we've been toying around with the tools here too. Even your mod tools have got, you know, some features added to the engine. Like inside this level, you've got the ability to hit F1 and add, you know, bricks on the ground, right? So instead of having to go create new content specifically like art assets or, you know, animations and different things, you can actually use like this right here, what Alexander's doing. And
simplified tools,
get an idea of just, this is what my space should be like. It's almost like pre-built BSP, but it's, you know, it's other things you can kind of stack it on.
Yeah, no, I think
I was going to say, I really want to make like a builder mode that uses this in the game, right? Because this is kind of an editor mode, and if you enable kind of the server admin command, you can also do this on a live server. But to have like an official game mode where you just kind of have unlimited building with whatever assets you need, I think would be really fun for a lot of people to just play with on their server, you know?
It's like what I do with my kids at home. Is like, all right, who can build the tallest tower, and then who gets to knock it down first, right? The other cool thing with mods too is, like, you know, we've heard this a few times, that UE4 can be a bit daunting the first time you fire it up, because there's a lot of tools out there depending on what kind of game you want to make and whatnot. But I love what you guys are doing. It's just like, hey, you don't have to do anything super complex to really get started making a mod, right? It can be just as simple as like, bringing an asset you already have and putting it into the game, or doing some minor tweaks on parameters, right? Like, I mean, you look at like half of the Skyrim style mods are just like rebalancing and stuff like that without even having to add new content. So it's just like a great way for people who are like super passionate about a game already to sort of take that first step and
punch trees.
And punch trees, yes.
It's a standard.
By the way, go ahead.
I was going to say, with Unreal and our new 1.85 update, by subclassing all of our game objects, if you do want to do something simple like you're talking about, Ray, it's as easy as like subclassing the actual game asset and overriding some properties, and then everything that you didn't want to change will just automatically be propagated down when there's new versions of the game released and stuff like that. And so it's really like a non-destructive way to, you know, add new stuff to the game that you want to see in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's super nice. It's like having access to all of that, I mean, basically puts, you know, so much that people can use to build off of immediately, right? And you know, dip their toe in the, you know, I guess the shallow end at first, and just start creating, right? It kind of gets out of the way and lets them really go nuts. But then, like you said, ramp up into the more advanced stuff to build pretty much whatever you want. So I don't know what I'm gonna build first. We were talking about this before. Like,
sure you do. No, we're going to pitch ideas, and Jesse's going to pick the best one, which is my idea.
Okay.
I like this predetermined.
Well, yeah,
contest.
yeah. Jesse, do you see what I have to deal with,
Yes.
like all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, but no, I think like My Little Ponies or no, just unicorns.
Really, go straight to the My Little Ponies. All right.
No, none for me.
Yeah. The other thing I would say on this whole mod adventure, like we've all, with UE4, obviously, like, mods are a big part of Epic, even back to the original Unreal 1, UT, we've always been doing this mod stuff. But with UE4, we were like, yeah, we'll figure out how to do that someday, right? And then all of a sudden, you guys just like, hey, we want to do mods. Can we do this? And you're like, yes, this is awesome. How can we help, right? And just understanding that, how do we make it possible? How do we make it so you guys can give out, a version of editor customized to ARK, and how we can make sure we can support that and make it easier. So I think one thing we're doing definitely on our side is, paying attention, listening to what people are building and the struggles they're having, and seeing if there's opportunities for us to make this even more seamless over time, right? Yeah,
totally.
Even things like having dedicated subforums, right? And seems like
and that's just the first step too. Like, just a little. Jesse and I were chatting earlier about how to set up documentation, and this was like last night. Him and I emailed back and forth, to get people access to resources directly. That's all part of that same ecosystem, right? Specifically for ARK, and so there's more to come on that too. It's it's really cool. I like seeing all this kind of come together, and this for me, even somebody that spends time in the editor, like this inspires me to go do more things, right? Because it's a great stage to begin on. This is just like when I was modding UT3, like back in the day. What it feels like.
UT3, jeez.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so what's next for you guys, Jesse? Like, what's in the backlog for mod support?
Well, for mod support, now that we've got it out there and people are starting to make mods, we're really ready to respond to the community with feature requests. If it looks like they can't do something, we'll check it out and see if there is a way to do it. And if not, we'll expose some more functionality to Blueprint and things like that. Most of the game's coded in native code. And so we've done that for performance reasons and stuff like that. But we've done a lot of work to expose all the game functionality to Blueprint for modding purposes. So you kind of, as a modder, you kind of get the advantage of all of our hopefully really snazzy performance C++ code, and then you're able to kind of override it lightly with the Blueprint stuff. And it's also worth noting that we have done some things mostly in Blueprint, like our AI, for example, it uses that system. We haven't done a whole lot of native code around that, so people can go in and completely create new dinosaurs, new creatures that have their own behaviors and things like that. And so as we go forward with that, we're going to be creating some of our own mods for the game. That was kind of always our plan for early access, to try new game modes and new things with our own game to kind of see if we have any new things that we may want to ship as part of the final game. So you'll see some of that. And then you'll see, I think, a couple more prominent modders doing some things that are really fun in other games and trying to kind of give them new life in ARK, or maybe a new type of gameplay in ARK, and we're talking with some people about that too. And as we do more of that internally and with other people, we'll also find ways that we need to extend the dev kit so that we can make those mods and some of our partners can make those mods as well, and it's just going to get better over time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was going to ask, I mean, I know there's a couple games that have mod support end up adopting some of them and making them mainline parts of the game for future updates. Yeah. That'd be cool to see. Or you could take it as far and go the Valve model and just buy entire mod teams, ship their games for them. Yeah.
No, it's really cool. It continues to breathe new life into the product. I mean, kind of forever, right? Like as long as you allow people to be in there and change things. I'm still seeing mods from games from the '90s show up in specific ways, and this, like the ecosystem that the island has, right? Kind of just begs for this. You've created a world that's survival sandbox, if you will, where everyone's kind of got vulnerabilities and ultimate freedom, and so it's like, well, now you can be the ultimate creator and add to any of that you want, right?
Yeah, and it's really, I just want to stress too that, and a lot of this is really due to the power of Unreal Engine. I mean, the island is just a map that we've made, and all of the creatures on the island are just the type of creatures we've chosen to put there. I mean, really, under all of this is an open world survival sandbox adventure game, and you can skin it however you may want, depending on how much time and resources you want to put in it. And it doesn't have to be an island. It doesn't have to even be outdoors. It doesn't have to have dinosaurs, so people could really go crazy with it and create an entirely new, total conversion, if you will, from like back in the Doom and Quake days, right?
Yep.
So that's what I'm most excited for. I can't wait till like somebody who, has a good sized group of people with some serious art and coding skills that like totally make a new game out of ARK.
We should talk to Jim Brown about doing like a UT mod to ARK.
Yeah,
just dodging around the dinosaurs, shooting them up.
Dude, UT open world would be fantastic. Or maybe this is the new onslaught mode right here.
Yeah, so you know how they ride the dinosaurs, but like in that very fast UT pace way, so everything's just like really like jumping.
Can dinosaurs wall dodge, you think?
I hope they can.
No, you can wall dodge off of dinosaurs.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
ninja jumps.
Pretty much.
I will say if somebody does a really good kind of vehicle mod, we'd probably consider integrating it, because it's one of the things that we were like, well, we want to do vehicles because it would be really good for modding, but we don't really need vehicles for a game. Our dinosaurs are kind of our vehicles, so it's kind of like slipped down the priority list a little bit in terms of implementation, but we're still kind of interested in that because it gives people more tools to work with to make new experiences in the game.
I kind of feel like it's just a matter of days, if not weeks, on to get the Jeep from Lost World or Jurassic Park in here, right?
Yeah,
the 92 Wrangler.
Yeah, absolutely, with the custom paint job.
I'm sure someone's working on the full park island, everything right now.
that
little
scene,
Chris Pratt.
That scene with Chris Pratt, the dinosaur.
Yeah, it's just there. Yeah. I saw someone already talking about Cadillacs, Jeeps. I'm sure you'll get some vehicles soon. Yeah.
So one of the things that I wanted to bring up is, you've got Steamworks integration for these mods as well too. So you've got it pretty streamlined as far as a player, right? So you make a mod for somebody, how do they get it, right? Like your integration with Steam kind of handles the majority of that, right? Like, what does that look like?
So as a player, we have a pretty good Steam integration where if you connect to a server that is running a mod, you can just, in your client, there's some functionality to automatically download or manually update those mods that you play on regularly. And so we try to make that as seamless as possible so people don't have to go find stuff that they want to play. The server kind of handles it for you and asks you if you want to play the mod. And then as a server admin, there's you would download the mods and configure the game to run as that mod, and then when anybody connects, they'll be able to play on that. So we really tried to make that seamless as well. So
cool.
We'll be improving that as we get more feedback on the system as well. Probably stuff like improving the searching for servers and filtering and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'll be the biggest part, is trying to find your favorite server with the right collection of mods and all that. But yeah, I think Steam Workshop has done a great job of kind of the version management pains, just making that a non-issue, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, we already have some of that because like the current map and mod are known, and so it's not really a big change, but it's one of those things that just makes the overall user experience smoother.
Cool.
I'm watching Alexander build his little shanty.
It's fun.
It's nice. It's
hey,
little
Alexander, if you want to play around, since people are probably interested too, like you can load up some of the maps and pull up the matinee and then go through the day-night cycle and stuff like that. And
oh yeah, so that's cool. Did y'all include a lot of that work inside this, just as kind of a way that people can?
I would love to show some of the moonlight stuff and all that.
And take a look at.
Yeah, so just pop into the editor viewport there, and if you pull down or go to the levels panel and just filter out far. Not there. I mean the actual levels panel in the editor.
World browser.
Yeah. There you go. And then just filter out the search for far, and then just load all those levels.
I'm having a hard time.
I usually just multi-select and then
select all. It's Control A, see if you can.
And then right-click and load.
Yeah, click on one.
There you go.
There we go.
And then right-click load.
Right-click load. Dun, dun,
There it goes.
Cool.
So our far levels are somewhat optimized because they're always loaded for the most part. So we have our trees and big rocks and things like that kind of stay in there.
Can you punch them?
Yeah, yes you can. So if you fly up a little bit higher, you can kind of see these are our far streaming levels, so these kind of stay in. And then if you go up to matinee, do the little drop down arrow there, and choose the daytime matinee. And then if you just scrub through that matinee, you can kind of adjust the time of day and kind of view the map at different times.
Oh wow. Oh. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I see some questions in there too about like the clouds and everything. We're actually using some True Sky, which is a plugin for Unreal, some middleware. So it's really nice. It's pretty configurable in terms of how uh, you can set it for performance versus quality. Right now, there's an NVIDIA driver bug that we're addressing that kind of makes performance really bad on True Sky, but there's a fix incoming that'll really make it a lot cheaper. So this is kind of like our high/epic or medium settings. You know, we have an option to disable True Sky for lower end cards and just use the BP Sky Sphere. But all of the day-night stuff is tied in through Matinee and Blueprint to update True Sky and to update the time of day cycle. And things like the True Sky also handles the atmospherics you see there. It's not high fog thing. It's actually True Sky scattering.
Wow.
And so all of that stuff is tied together. And then we also kind of built on top of True Sky for weather systems. And the weather systems in the game right now are kind of placeholder, our rain and our heat wave and our cold fronts. But we have the ability to plug in new True Sky settings. True Sky has settings for types of clouds and like densities and things like that. And so we're able to kind of interpolate between the different times of day and also the different weather. And if you select that True Sky sequence actor there under the Matinee that's selected in the scene outliner, top right there.
Yeah. One below.
It's so hard to see sometimes.
Yep. So then you'll see this is our True Sky actor, and those arrays at the top, the active sequence and the blend weights. That's kind of an example of something that we built on the engine, not just from Unreal stuff, but from some middleware that we have that is also usable and allows us to do something like our custom weather system.
All right.
Nice.
So that's the type of thing that we want to document. Like if you open the Matinee for, like we implemented some functionality where a Matinee can drive another Matinee. And so
that's not dangerous at all.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it seems to work. So
For now.
if you open the Matinee, again, up top, there's another one called Master Day Cycle. And you'll see why we implemented that functionality, because if you look at everything we keyframed over the day-night cycle here on the left side, if you kind of scroll up and down, there's a lot of parameters and things that kind of make the day-night cycle work. And we got tired of sort of adjusting those things whenever we wanted to like change the time of day, length, and things like that. And so we implemented a timeline on top of that timeline that we could stretch and do different types of keyframing with that would sort of globally affect our look.
Yeah, it would the other one would follow what the other one was doing.
Yeah. So this one is kind of like a nonlinear scaling situation where we could have it go like really fast for the first part of the day and then like slow down for the rest of the day and then really fast at night again without having to actually change any of those keyframes that make it give it that look. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's one quick question about your GI solution in here, Jesse. I know you talked about it on the last stream, but I just want to make sure we talk about that again. You were using distance fields, correct?
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So our lighting system's a little unorthodox as far as Unreal is concerned, but I'll show you how it works. If you go in the scene outliner and search for master, you should find some master IBL actors. So see all those. So really, for the entire game, we have, at least for the overworld here, we have 4 lighting presets in addition to our outdoor lighting. And so let's see, double click one of those. And let's see where it takes you in the map. So if you set this guy to scroll down on the right on his properties, make it visible. Right now he's hidden because he's just where we calculate our stuff. So go ahead and make it visible. Okay, so if you zoom in on him and kind of rotate around him, F and then Alt rotate. This is one of our light probes, and if you change the time of day, you can see the data that's contained in this light probe.
Well, take a look at it, like see if you can roll it. Get them both on the same screen.
Put it on the other. It's hard to do a single screen.
Yeah, roll that to the screen.
All right, I'll try that.
And scrub.
So what you're seeing in here is actually the data. You can notice that what it does is it interpolates between a bunch of snapshots of cube maps where the HDR specular kind of lighting and the diffuse lighting. And we use this for our image-based lighting inside of jungles, in areas where there might be a clearing between trees. And the master IBLs are kind of the things that store the data. And then we have a bunch all over the map of child IBLs, which are really just built on the sphere reflection captures and box capture actors that are in Unreal. So we built on top of those to do not just the reflection, but also to do diffuse image-based lighting in those areas. So you get a combination of the IBL from the probe plus whatever direct lighting is coming from the sun and any dynamic lights in the game. And we actually built on top of the distance field ambient occlusion system in our kind of high settings to give a mask that interpolates between the outdoor lighting and any of our child probes. Whereas in our low settings, it just kind of uses a sphere radius with fall off to go from one outdoor lighting to kind of our jungle lighting, for example. But with the high settings, with distance field ambient occlusion data, we actually use that data as the mask to transition between the outdoor lighting and the jungle lighting. And as trees get cut down and things get removed from the distance field calculation, you actually see more outdoor lighting coming into the jungle in that area and transitioning to the outdoor lighting instead of the dense indoor lighting.
Right on.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's clever.
So, Chance, that's why when I Skyped you last night, I was like, hey, where should we put our documentation? Because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. So
my brain is a little right now. So.
Just to let everybody know, we've been chatting about putting it in the wiki for short term until we can find a longer term solution. That way it can kind of, change really quickly and we can organize it in an orderly fashion today.
Cool.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll have better solutions for that in the future. There's a lot of things we're still kind of working out with a lot of this too, right? Like
we're doing it live.
Yeah. And with that too, we'll certainly need your feedback, right? Like on process, things that are going well, things that are not going so hot, things we can do a little bit better.
Cool.
So if you've got it in those forums, in the modding forums, there's like a general section that you can just kind of chat generally about those. Let us have your questions and your concerns and your feedback. And this is going to be something that we iterate on for quite some time.
Well, and our hope is that, we can have the modding right there with the, UE4 development at large. So we have that crossover of other expert developers being able to answer questions and obviously share documentation as it makes sense. But also making it clear when you guys have done your own unique sauce like this this lighting solution, that it's clearly, people have a good place to go to get information on that, right?
Yeah, because it's important for mods too, because if you're going to make a new map, you need to know how to light the map, because you can't use static lighting. We actually disabled static lighting in ARK, so if people go and try to bake light maps, they will be sorely disappointed that they have no light maps. So there's just things like that that are important to know when you're modding, that if you're using our tools, since it's a certain type of game and we've built certain types of systems, we've optimized things in a way that may not be exactly what you expect coming from just like vanilla Unreal.
I feel like we should be offended. You took our baby and you chopped giant parts of it out and put in this other stuff.
It's more like
they made a mod, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's like making a cyborg baby.
ARK is a mod of UE4. Okay, it makes sense now.
It was really funny.
The arm, and we replaced it with a cybernetic arm.
Okay, it's an upgrade. Okay.
When we were originally talking about mod support for UE4, and it's like, well, at the end of the day, truly, UE4 is just kind of a mod in itself, right? Like it's just.
Oh God, are we gonna get philosophical? Like life is a mod of other things?
Well, we can if you want to.
How about we answer questions on modding and art modding?
Yeah. We can do that. We can do that, but
just
real quick before we get there, just before we hop into questions, how do people get started, Jesse? They head over to playark.com/workshop.
Yeah, so there's a page there that's kind of, it links back actually to the Unreal forums, because the Unreal modding forums for ARK is kind of our point where we want to interact with the community and put a lot of documentation and tutorials up there. There's a new tutorial up today about how to create a non-content mod, so just overwriting game data and stuff like that. Right. I think it might be stickied on the forum at the moment. There's also a couple people that are creating some nice video tutorials as well that are linked to from the Unreal forums. And so we just try to kind of hit everything where people are going to see the game. We also kind of have our Steam forums, but we typically tend to refer people back to the Unreal forums so that they can get their questions asked and learn more about what's going on with the dev kit.
And definitely for Unreal developers too, feel free for any of your generic Unreal questions, follow along where you normally have, but when you want to hop into ARK and talk to the team about specifics there, dive in here as well. Feel free. Everyone's nice.
Mm-hmm. And supportive.
And supportive. And then so the editor itself is available through Steam, and then the way that people can get started modding their own games is to release the editor under our EULA through a branch on the GitHub.
Mm-hmm.
And so on playark.com/workshop, there's some information there on how to get set up, where you can set up a UE account, assign your GitHub account over to that, and then you have access to their branch, which is this little guy here. And so you'll be able to pull down the pieces of the editor that you'll put together, and it's all good to go.
And just one thing to note: whenever we update the dev kit, like we did today, you have to also update your GitHub.
Yeah.
So you got to pull down from GitHub, and then also you'll get the update from Steam on the dev kit itself. So it's just two things you got to update in order to make sure you have the latest. Otherwise, you might get some crashes, binary mismatches, data mismatches, stuff like that. So
that never happens, does it, Jesse?
Yeah,
only the chance.
We were people either trying to prepare for the stream.
Yeah, they were putting up the 185 this morning, and Alex and I came in and had it running last night. And I come back, I'm like, why am I fatal erroring every time? It's like, oh, that's right, we're updating today. So yeah, there'll be some nuances there, and even that process is going to refine over time too. Like we're actively looking at ways to streamline it, to make it that acquiring mod tools, getting set up and getting moving is the best experience it can possibly be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kudos, by the way, for all those updates. I've been updating like every day. Like, oh, I'll just sit down and play an hour of ARK, and it's like, oh, new stuff, cool.
Yeah. And just one thing, I see a question in there. It seems a couple of people want a tutorial on how to do a basic mod. There's a tutorial pinned there in the forums actually on how to do just that. So creating a core data mod, and kind of walks you through it. So if anyone wants kind of a simple example on how to override some data or change some rules, it's right there on the forums.
Great. We're getting a little tight on time, so I'm going to just make up say a few quick things, and we can hop into QA. So for getting started making your own moddable games, we have got a lot of work going into this right now. We're going to have a quick start guide and a best practices guide that can kind of show you how everything's going to work out. Right now I'm aiming for kind of an early edition of that, maybe the end of the month, so we can kind of at least drive people the right direction. If you take a look at what the ARK team has done here with their tools, you can kind of get an idea of how another team has already done it and done it well. But feel free to ask your questions on the forum, so we can hop in there and kind of clarify anything that might not be up yet. There's a full FAQs at the end of our FAQ page specifically for building moddable games. And keep watching Jesse's tutorials. You can figure out how to make mods that way as well too. So, and feedback. Definitely give us your feedback. We really want to make sure that this is something that is useful for everybody. We love mods. Mods are awesome. Mods make games awesome. We want to see what y'all can do. So
yeah, no, it's just right after you guys got out there with ARK, we've already had a couple other games like, hey, we love mods too. How do we do this? So hopefully more and more to come, and then. I think the most fun of this is when you get that super awesome mod community, and then they start cross-pollinating, right? So you get like content from UT into ARK, right?
Right.
You can have rocket launchers and dinosaurs.
It's like Bruno.
And mashups would be awesome.
Mashups.
It's like Bruno.
That should be one of our game jams. Is like a mod game jam.
A mod mashup.
Yeah.
We get some keys to pass out specifically for the thing.
Modster mash. Sorry, I had to.
We have to stop the stream.
The
punderstorm has to happen in chat.
Yeah, it has to bleed out.
These people don't have their pun glasses on. You're gonna burn out their retinas.
And now we're gonna answer questions.
Great. All right.
We're gonna make this a useful resource to people.
Yeah. So, Jesse, real quick on modding. That was an original plan for ARK, or did you kind of come along with it later?
It was an original plan. We knew from the beginning that we wanted to create a moddable game, and that's kind of played into our game design as well a little bit by putting in a lot of objects and assets and gameplay people could build on. So we didn't know exactly how we were going to make it moddable, like the steps and what we'd have to do. once we wanted to get there, but we were able to work with you guys on that and really help us kind of get it over the finish line in terms of creating a smooth experience so people could take advantage of everything we had planned and actually get it up and out on Steam Workshop.
No, that's awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
we're glad to be able to work with you guys and get this all launched out. Like I said, I'm excited about hopping into modding myself. So, another thing too, I think you kind of answered this. Would you use community content to roll back into the vanilla game? And I think you said yes, like the vehicle thing, right, is something you might be interested in at that point.
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons we want to do the mods is to see if there's any amazing gameplay ideas that come out of the community and from our own team and stuff like that. So anything that people are loving is really something we might want to consider to put in for our console releases and final PC release next year.
Yeah, I just saw in chat too, people were asking about mods for consoles. You know, both Microsoft and Sony were making a deal about this E3. And we've actually done this in the past. You know, UT3 on PS3 was one of the only games to support mods. So we definitely want to make it work. I think there's still a lot of conversations as that stuff comes online. But it is a real possibility.
Yeah, I think we're aligned with that too. We'd really like to have mods on consoles, and so whatever it takes to get there, we'd like to help out or part of it. So
yeah, it's a big challenge because traditionally, you know, those consoles have always had the heavyweight cert process to make sure anything doesn't ruin the player experience, and with mods it can be a bit Wild West, right? So finding a healthy balance of, yes, you can download this random thing from the internet, and hopefully it doesn't brick your PlayStation or something.
Yeah. Cool. That's never happened ever in the past. Anyway, so DevKit contains assets from the marketplace. As we now read the EULA, it forbids sharing content outside. Actually, I think when you buy content, you can ship with that content, right?
Yeah,
so
any content that you buy from the marketplace, you're free to use in your own titles and distribute.
Right. Yeah. And that's one of the great things here is like we want to be able to see people take those things as jumping off points to build their own mods, right, for games like ARK.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the marketplace is great too. You know, sometimes we'll buy something from the marketplace and use it for placeholder. You know, ruins are an example of that. We bought some ruins to use in our art target. And, you know, we're going to make our own ruins eventually, but we just kind of left the marketplace ones in there because, hey, people might want to use this right now. So we'll just leave it in the game, so for people to cook.
And you're also early access, so there's that.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So another question about the game. There have been whisperings about the possible effects like earthquakes and volcanic activity and climate changes. Will it be possible to see those in game? I'm sure with mods,
I mean,
definitely
super weather.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally possible.
Cool.
So we already have, you know, weather systems as we kind of went over, and just and all that is, you know, Matinee and Blueprint and everything. So if anybody wants to go in there and make something that's a little more extreme than just a weather system, it's pretty doable.
Yeah, someone needs to do like a meteor shower and like the the end of it all.
Oh gosh.
Because there's a meteor shower in the content examples. You gotta bash them together.
It's not a bad idea.
Gotcha. Let's see.
What other questions we got?
I'm trying to see what else in here would be a good one to grab because we're pretty close on time. Yeah, how can we build in mod support for our own games in a great Steam Workshop? These are all things that we'll be documenting out over the next month or so.
As soon as Chance stops making poorly thought out jokes on Twitch streams.
Yeah, as soon as they stop. Yeah, that's true.
No, any day now. And in the meantime, if you want to get going, just feel free to reach out, and we'll happily walk you through the steps, right?
Yeah, totally. Like I said, for mod support, all that information, there's that forum thread. We plan on spending some significant time in there to work through a lot of these early days and make sure it's awesome for everybody.
Cool.
How long has ARK been in development? Jesse, you answered this on the last stream. You guys started right around the end of last year, correct?
Yeah, November, beginning of November.
Gotcha. Let's see.
Really quick turnaround.
I'm trying to think of a couple other ones here. Is your map procedurally generated?
No.
Nope. Okay.
We have a desire to support that for people who want it. Potentially, it's on our roadmap, but for the main game of ARK, we really wanted to make an authored map, and we have some updates coming in. We're going to be talking about more. We've kind of been mentioning them. We have a whole swamp biome that's going to be taking over large portions of the map, and a big snow biome as well that we're doing. And so those are specifically authored to have types of enemies and resources in them, and modders will be able to play with those assets once we get them in as well.
Gotcha. And all right, well, let's go ahead and just grab one more because we are at time right here. Ray, this is kind of more for us.
Okay.
Is or will modding be possible for the Mac and Mac games?
Yes, there should be no reason.
I can't imagine there's like any blockers there.
I think that's one of those where let's go try it and find out. But yeah, like spiritually speaking, yeah, it should totally work. And Linux for that matter as well. So yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, our mods are cross-platform. The question might be, does our editor work in Mac and Linux?
Right.
It would be
don't
kind of
think so at the moment, but
yeah, I guess there'd be extra on you guys if you wanted to make that available or not, right? But yeah, when we and you potentially would have to support cooking different versions of the map or mods for various platforms for distribution, right? But
yeah, I mean, we do that now.
Yeah.
In Windows, but because we want to be able to make sure that there's parity across all platforms for mods and stuff like that, so we do cook all versions.
Awesome.
Right on. Jesse, any closing thoughts about ARK? People can go pick it up on Steam today. Anything else about mods? Anything else?
Man, this is just the start of it. You know, as we said earlier, we're excited to work with you guys and keep hitting up the forums. We got a lot of our devs in there and in the Unreal forums answering questions and giving updates. And, you know, so just go on this ride with us. We're really excited to do it. We're developers like all you guys are. And, you know, we're excited to be modding our own game to some degree.
Yeah. So. Well, we're excited to be working with you, too. It's really awesome. I can't wait to, like, you know, now that we're all installed, now that I've fixed my 185, I'll probably be diving into this a little bit this weekend.
186 came out while we were streaming, I bet.
Oh,
so.
Jesse. I'm just kidding.
Dang it.
Too fast.
Anything from you guys?
Well, no, I was just going to, I'll let Jesse know every time you're about to do something so he can release an update.
So he can push the button.
Just totally hose you. Yeah.
Great. Sounds good.
Great. Sounds awesome.
I guess I
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, are we good then?
You guys good?
Yeah.
Is it? All right. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Yeah.
Jesse, thanks for
again.
dialing in. Really
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it. Everybody, go mod ARK. And if you want to build your own mods for your own games, hit us up. We'll work through it with you. There's all kinds of links and everything there too. So we will be chatting soon.
Yep. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.